vlog. We are in Paris and we arrived yesterday afternoon. We took the Eurostar here, which was the first time for us. It was a little bit hectic because the train that we originally scheduled was canceled. So we had to, find another route, but we made it. It was fine. We didn't really do much yesterday because I wasn't feeling too well. And I had some major stressors about the hotel that I booked. The reviews are really terrible. I didn't even realize it until I searched it on Google. I wouldn't have booked it otherwise. The main thing I'm concerned about is bed bugs. That really stresses me out, but anyways, we survived the first night, didn't see anything. We inspected the bed and we also didn't have any bites or anything, at least not that we know of just yet. Anyways, we still did really have a nice walk yesterday. We went through this really big garden, saw this bonsai tree exhibit. It was so cool. But anyways, we are now at our second day here in Paris, and we are going to Mont Michel. And actually Cameron went before, and it'll be my first time. It's 6:30, which is why it's pitch black outside, because the bus is scheduled to leave at 7 in the morning, and it'll take about 4.5 hours to get there one way. So it'll be a lot of sitting down today.
Not having too many battles to fight, as they were not invading Paris anymore. They were quite happy here. They were just having fun. Parking 7P7. From here, we are going to walk together to the shuttle bus.
We are finally here after 4.5 hours. We did take a half an hour stop in between, but we are here. Okay, so we have decided to actually walk to Mont Michel because it's only 30 minutes versus the shuttle, which is 20 minutes. And we can see Mont Michel fully in our view. So anyways, we learned a lot about Normandy and Mont Michel. So where do I start? There's just so much that we learned. So I guess in Mont Michel, we'll start with the population. 22 people. And apparently there's no schools there, which is why a lot of families have moved out. And 12 of the 22 people who live there are monks. So maybe since it's a nice day today, we might see them. And Mont Michel is also one of the only places, or maybe the only place, that the English had not conquered because of the strong tides. The French were always the people who maintained this land. Oh yeah, also this place of France was protected by the Vikings. The Vikings had originally come in from, actually I don't know where they came from, but they settled in Normandy so that they kept on attacking Paris because they knew that Paris was the men were weaker, and so the Vikings kept attacking them, kept looting them, and eventually they made a deal with the king for the Vikings to actually just protect Paris instead of attacking them. So yeah, lots that we learned about France in general. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to see the Abbey. Oh, other cool things that we've learned. There's famous omelets here. And this originally started when the people who would go on pilgrimage would come to Mont Michel, and then they would have an omelet just really quickly and continue on their journey because of the tide would come in and out so fast. And apparently they used to make omelets. This lady used to make this omelet with 6 eggs over an open flame. But now restaurants that make the same omelets today, it's only with 2 eggs, and they charge freaking 39 euros for this omelet. It's robbery, it's criminal. So I'm not going to try it. I'm not going to participate in that robbery. But I'm sure there's lots of other good things that we'll enjoy about Mont Michel. Here we are up close. Apparently all of this area would be filled with water. And you can actually see how fast the tide is going. You can really see the water flowing. This is a close-up of the sand slash quicksand slash clay. It looks really sticky. I want to go in it, but I have no idea how to actually clean my feet. But here we are. We're at the Abbey. Wow. Apparently people walk to this island. It takes 50 minutes and you need like a nature guide. Otherwise you might get stuck or you might get in trouble with all the quicksand and the tides and everything. I wish we could have done that. Anyways, look at this tide. I don't know if you can see, but on one side the tide is going one way and then on the other side it's going the other way. So crazy. Look how deep the water is already. It's like up to people's thighs. Wow. This is what I was telling you about earlier at La Mer Boulard. The omelets start at 39 euros all the way up to 95. It's crazy. We're saying goodbye to Mont Michel. We were here for about 3 hours, and honestly I think that's a good amount of time. We spent probably like 45 minutes, an hour in the actual Abbey, which is like the main part of Mont Michel, and then we just walked around the little shops and stuff like that. The only thing that I'm sad about is that we're gonna miss the high tide. I would have loved to see the water come up, but we have to go back to our tour bus. Good morning. It is day 3 in Paris, And well, the main reason why we chose this weekend to come is because of the Paris Masters tournament. It's a 1000 level, and so we're watching the first round basically. And well, I do have some regrets about this because I think I could have bought tickets for next weekend instead to see like the semis or even quarters, but it is what it is. We're here, and we probably won't see any of the top seed because all of them got byes for the first round, which I was also really sad about. But because Novak Djokovic isn't playing, it makes it a little bit easier for me. He won last year, so he's gonna lose out on 1,000 points. But if he, like, I would have wanted to stay longer or even come back next weekend if he was playing. But this makes it easier. I don't have to consider that. And the other young guys, obviously I still would want to see them in the top seed, but I'll see them at, you know, some other point, right? In other sports news, we just watched the Mexico City GP, and wow, Ferrari is on fire. The past two races have just been so good. So happy for Carlos, my boy. I really want to get some Ferrari swag with his number before he moves to Williams, just to capture this like peak of his career. Well, hopefully it won't be his peak. I'm sure he will have a very, very long and successful Formula One career. But oh, I'm so happy for them, yay! It's my boy! We're here at Center Court. There are two other courts as well, and we're gonna, I guess, go in between all of them throughout the day. But this arena is huge! Oh my gosh. This is our actual view from our seats. We're at the very back. So we had to squint a little bit, but it'll be fine.
De Shanghai, voici le Tchèque Thomas Marach.
Mr. Mahach, shot is beautiful. Left baseline, the ball was put out.
So we just finished watching the first match. It was between Thomas Mahach and Arthur, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. He was a French guy. Thomas took the first set, but there ended up being a walkover. I think Thomas probably got injured or something, but it was still a good match. So we are now walking to the supermarket, getting some sustenance, and then we're gonna go back to watch more tennis.
Je vais comme ça, tout doucement. Il est là,
Zhang versus Echeverry.
Good enough.
We are taking another break. We are going back to the arena at 7 p.m. to see Stefano Tsitsipas. But in the meantime, we're just walking around the area and we're in the Gare de Lyon train station and it's so beautiful.
Stefanos Tsitsipas.
I thought Stefanos would win straight sets just based on rank alone. I think the guy he's playing against is like rank 50 something. But that's not the case. Match point. Let's go.
La qualification pour le deuxième tour du grec Stefanos Tsitsipas. De son expérience ici dans cette enceinte mythique. Et voici l'Américain Tommy Paul.
Hello. We left the match early. It was between Tommy Paul and Adrian Manarino, I think those are the names. It was a French guy. Yeah, we decided to leave early because number one, it's really late. We left at like 10 p.m. And we hadn't eaten yet. And I don't know, it was a good match so far, but I don't know, I guess I expected Tommy Paul to like kind of do a clean sweep. And I guess I expected Tsitsipas to do that too, but anyways, yeah, it just got really late, and also the crowd was like kind of rowdy. I wasn't that into it. Like they were booing Tommy Paul and like cheering on the French guy, which is, I guess it's like fine, but I don't know, I just don't love that. But yeah, I just don't want to be dead for tomorrow. Like I want to have energy for tomorrow and to still enjoy the rest of the day tomorrow. So anyways, we're having dinner now, and we're coming back to the same restaurant that we went to on the first night, and it's Algerian food, the first time that I've had Algerian food, and it's super delicious. It's a bunch of grilled meats, and they grill it like fresh for you, and you can pick a bunch of like the skewers, and yeah, they can cook it for you really quickly. And then we also got these, what they call a meat brick as well, We got a chicken and a lamb one, and they're so delicious. Like they're basically deep fried pockets with meat, and it has like cream cheese, and it's like super savory and delicious. Good morning. It is our last day in Paris, and I was debating whether or not I wanted to go to tennis again, just knowing that so many of like my faves are so close, like in Paris. While I'm in Paris, it's just like, oh, I feel like so much regret. But anyways, we decided that we're just gonna do some some sightseeing in the actual city center of Paris, because the arena is like pretty much on the outskirts, and we didn't really do anything in Paris. Like it doesn't even feel like we're in Paris, if you know what I mean. Well, we did visit the Eiffel Tower, but anyways, this morning we visited this really beautiful library, and we just spent some time there, just sat around, looked at some beautiful books, and enjoyed the atmosphere. And I also wanted to go to Pollen, a French leather company that makes beautiful handbags. I thought I could pop in and out, but there's a lineup to get in. Anyways, we're now going to the Louvre to get some obligatory Louvre pictures. We're at the Louvre. I am so shook at how big this place is. Like it just goes on and on. People can totally spend like multiple days here. Chocolate mousse.